Hi everybody, we're here with Andy Denison, which is the president of the Fin Masters. Andy, as a president, I would like to ask you an overview about the Fin Masters fleet first.
Okay, so Fin Masters started many years ago, 50 something years ago, I believe, and we predominantly started as a veteran cup for the older sailors, but it's evolved into the World Championship that it is today, the Fin World Masters. If some years we sail the Europeans as well, the Fin Masters Europeans. So predominantly the Fin Master is the person over the age of 40 and goes up to an age range. We've got a few guys here today who are in their early 80s, which is quite phenomenal really when you see them sailing the Fin. So we're here at Tuscany at the moment, a place called Punta Ala. And it's a fantastic resort. We're lucky to find this resort because there's not many places around the planet that can accommodate such a big fleet. We've got 309 boats here for this week. We've been as many as towards 400, I think, once in Lake Garda, which was, again, we just about managed to do it. So, you know, we do struggle, and we look forward to getting these bigger venues that can host us. I think it's fair to say that throughout the years we've evolved into one of the biggest adult sailing dinghy championships on planet Earth, really. But I'm sure some of you out there may have different ideas on that.
So you've been involved in Fin class and Fin Master Fleet for quite a few years now, for 11 as you mentioned before. An overview about the fleet is good. Like, what is their background? Because we have a lot of really skilled sailor on the beach right now. So what is their background?
Yeah, it's good. It attracts some of the older Olympians. You know, they want to come back into racing in their prime. Obviously, you know, they're super sailors, and they don't want to give that up. And they find this regatta a testing event as well. So we're seeing those guys come back into the frame. We're seeing other classes where perhaps the guys have gone off and had families and children and want to sail something like the Fin. So they're coming into the Fin from the side as opposed to coming up through growth as a junior Fin sailor. We're seeing a lot of those. There's many guys coming into the fleet for this event particularly, because it's quite challenging in the age categories. I mean, there's been some super sailors in the past. Richard Hart, who no longer does this event, fantastic sailor, in his 80s, going out in 20 odd knots for 3 races. It's quite phenomenal.
And what about an overview about Fin class in general?
Yeah, Fin class in general. Obviously, we had a hiccup with the loss of the Olympics. You know, the Fin was all about the Olympics, and the Masters grew around that. But really, it didn't really pull the rug from us. I feel we're stronger. You know, 11 years ago we had 280 boats. 13 years later we're at 309 boats. So there's more people coming into the class. Granted, we're not seeing the youthful side of the sailors so much because they haven't got the attraction maybe of the Olympics so much. So yeah, I'm president, and there's a hell of a lot of organisation involved. Maybe not so much from myself, but obviously Robert is our class representative as well. He's got a lot of work throughout the year. The organising authority, heaps of work throughout the year. I mean, we're already working on next year and the year after. But yeah, I want to go sailing. I like sailing, and you can get a real feel for it when you're out on the race course. So, you know, the fact that a lot of the guys, you know, maybe Rule 42 we have, and a lot of the guys are infringing that rule, and it's frustrating when they don't do their penalty turns. So we can speak to the jury and sort of nudge it along a bit and just make sure that, you know, keeping these guys in tow, because I know the other sailors are coming for some competitive racing, but equally, you know, they don't want everybody to take the mickey on the course.
Yes, like everybody wants to know, or I want to know, what do you like the most about Fin class, and what made you start sailing this boat?
Well, So I got the first fin at Christchurch Sailing Club after many, many years. I got an old Vanguard, and I thought I'd try this boat out. Like most guys, got a little bit heavy maybe for the laser and the solo, and the fin was just a super boat to jump into. It just felt, I've been on some keel boats and it felt like a small keel boat. It's got the heavy center plate in the middle, and it was just lovely. And immediately the rest of the guys in the club fell in love with it as well. And within 2 years, we had 14 boats at Christchurch Sailing Club. And we still have that many. 20 years, 30 years I've been sailing the fin now. I couldn't see myself sailing any other dinghies. I'm just nicely the wrong size for anything else. And that's the nice thing. It's a great weight forgiving boat. We've got guys out there that are 80 kilograms, 85 kilograms, and we've got guys out there that are 125 kilograms, and everybody's as competitive. There's no advantage necessarily for being light. It's a very forgiving boat in that respect.
And it looks like a family because everybody's is helping each other.
Yeah, you very much find that here. There's many people helping boats along the sand. Many of the guys will respect some of the older guys and will give them help when they come ashore. And that's always been the same. And I think that's why a lot of the guys are quite happy just to come on their own, because they know they've got the family support here with the other sailors. Maybe when you get a bit older in life and you want a bit of a break and you're on your own, it's great. There's plenty of good company here, and a lot of these guys have known people throughout many years. One of the things that the organising did, which we discovered was a mistake, was they said various categories of sailors need to be on various places on the beach. Immediately the guys are saying, well, no, I want to be with my pals from my country. I want to be with my pals from New Zealand. I haven't seen them for a year, and we want to talk and have some fun. So we scrapped that idea straight away. But obviously preference is given to the legends or any super legends. If you're thinking of coming in the future, you will always have your speedy boarding area and plenty of help with you as well.
And about this, you mentioned that this event is not just about sailing, it's about much else. What did you mean? Yeah,
so you're trying to cater for all needs. And the social is very important. Certainly the weather, and we like to be in a nice climate. The masters like it. They don't really want to go in grueling areas. Many years ago, they capped the racing at 20 knots. So if it's blowing over 20 knots, then the discretion we made not to race. So festival, I don't know. It's just a great thing to do. There's a huge blend on the social side and the racing side. Yes, we want good quality racing, but equally we don't want it to be in the coldest place on the planet, and the families are uncomfortable because they've come with their partners and it's miserable.
And last thing I'm going to ask you, can you give us a preview on what to expect for the next 5 days?
A preview on the next 5 days? So today was predicted, no practice race because of the wind, and it was pretty scornful, and even a lot of the guys said they weren't going to go out because the whole week is geared up more for a lighter breeze. I've been here since Wednesday, and it's probably, although the forecast is saying 5-6 knots, we're getting a small sea breeze, which is bringing it around 12 and as much as 16 knots. So hopefully we're going to see that. The temperatures are hot. Sea temperature is great. There's guys swimming out there now. Not too worried about whether they went sailing today. So yeah, the whole event is just works really.
Last thing, a message to you're one of them, but to the other 308 sailors today on the beach.
The message? Mm-hmm. Guys, just have a really good time. Be nice with each other, and take advantage of the happy hour.
Well, thank you very much, Andy. Thank you very much for the interview.
Great, you're welcome.